Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Erfany, and I will give criticize about the Titanic. Literary criticism of Titanic. James Cameron's Titanic presents a romantic narrative framed by historical catastrophe, blending fictional characters with a real-life disaster. From a literary perspective, the film functions as a romantic tragedy where personal love is set against the inevitability of fate. While emotionally powerful, Titanic relies heavily on melodrama and confessional tropes, which both strengthen and limit its literary depth. One of the film's central literary themes is class conflict. The romance between Jack Dawson and Rose DeWitt Bukater symbolize resistance against rigid social hierarchies. Jack represents freedom, creativity, and the working class, while Rose embodies repressions within upper class expectation. This contrast is effective but somewhat simplified. Characters often function more as symbols than psychologically complex individuals. Jack, in particular, is idealized almost the point of myth, lacking internal conflict, which weaken his realism as a literary character. The film's use of symbolism is one of its strongest literary elements. The Titanic itself serves as a metaphor for human arrogance and the illusion of control over nature. Objects such as the heart of the ocean necklace symbolize memory, loss, and the enduring weight of the past. However, Cameron's overt emotional cues, dramatic dialogue, and heightened sentiment sometimes reduce subtly, making the themes explicit rather than allowing audience to interpret them independently, a limitation from a literary standpoint. Narratively, Titanic employs a frame story through the elderly Rose, emphasizing memory and storytelling. This technique reinforces the idea that his story is shaped by personal narrative rather than grand events alone. Yet, the focus on romance risks overshadowing the broader human tragedy of the disaster, narrowing the historical scope in favor of individualist emotion. In conclusion, Titanic succeeds as a tragic love story with strong symbol elements and clear thematic concerns, particularly regarding class and fate. However, as a literary work, it leans heavily on emotional spectacle and archetypally characters, sacrificing complexity of accessibility. Its enduring popularity lies not in literary subtlety, but in its ability to universalize love and loss within a catastrophic historical moment. And that's all my question. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.